G'day everybody, Ed here, how you going? And welcome, we've got another CarCast, got a lot of stuff to talk to you about. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about was that I'm going to be doing a meetup. I head over to America, first time I've been there since San Francisco in January, next week, and I'm going to do a meetup in Los Angeles on Thursday. So that's Thursday the 23rd, week from today as I do this. And it's going to be at 9 o'clock-ish, because it depends on, plane, customs, hire car, etc., etc. But I'm looking forward. We're going to do it at the Kettle at Manhattan Beach. We had a great attendance there last time we did this. And so we're going to do it again. And I'd love you to come along if you happen to be in LA. I will also be doing a meetup in San Diego. I'm going to San Diego for the Mass Control conference that weekend, and I'll be in San Francisco on the Saturday and Sunday, and really look forward to catch up. If you're going to Mass Control, please make sure you come and say hello, and we'll do a meetup as well for all comers. We've also got a special Marillion Project meeting going on there. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a huge conference, so really looking forward to that. Now, I'm actually on my way, first topic of the video, first useful topic, and of course you guys have just had your tax day, which is an interesting thing. We don't have it quite the same as you guys, where there's this huge focus on April 14. But, having said that, it's always a time where you're paying up those taxes for the year. And as it turns out, I'm actually on my way because I just sold a guitar on eBay. And this is something I do sort of on the side. I don't need to sell guitars, but it's something that it sort of like keeps my chops. And I like creating auctions and trying to get more than what the market is after, using various salesmanship and different techniques. It's a really good training ground for copy. I use video. I do all sorts of different things. But that's not the point. My point is, how much stuff have you got laying around your place that you don't use, that you don't need, and you want to get rid of? eBay, you can kill two birds, at least two, maybe more, with one stone, just by getting rid of it and selling it on eBay. And then using everything that you have learnt with the 30-day challenge to really maximise the amount of money that you get. Now, the first thing, of course, that I'll mention that you really want to do is, of course, what do we teach first in 30-day challenge? Market research. Now, there's a paid program called Terapeak, which I happen to use, which does amazing market research. So for guitars, for example, it'll tell you exactly what that model of guitar got, and it'll show you who sold theirs, who didn't sell theirs, how much they got, what the going price is. So it really is very effective. But what's cool about that? Let's think about it. If you look at the auctions that did the best, that sold, and also got the highest price, doesn't it make sense to have a look at their copy? Doesn't it make sense to have a look at how they presented their auction? It's like money for jam, folks. Money for jam. And you can use this market research. Now, you can do a bit of it online in eBay, and it goes back a certain way, and Terapeak sort of gives you a whole bunch more information. If you're only selling one or two things, don't worry with it. But if you are getting rid of a lot of stuff, Terapeak is fantastic, because you'll always get a better price by doing market research. Now, on the traffic side of things, of course, eBay is awesome, because you've got this huge traffic right there. I get well over 100 visitors a day to my guitar auctions without even blinking. Wouldn't we all kill for that in some of our niches? Which leads me to another story, but using eBay as a lead generating system, but we'll save that for another time. But what you basically want to do is get rid of all that stuff that's lying around that you're not using, electronics or whatever it happens to be, and just get rid of it and get the extra bank, the extra cash. It's very, very cool. Also, if you're using good copy and using the stuff that you learnt in the 30-day challenge, adding bonuses, all those sorts of things, you can really do well in the auction. Now, there's one thing that I do in an auction which guarantees that it's sale, and I do this because A, I really, really know what I'm doing, believe it or not, and two, I understand how the madness of crowds works. The madness of crowds, if I can say that properly. What do I mean? Well, I start all of my auctions, every single one, and it doesn't matter whether the thing is worth 10 cents or $10,000, and I'm not kidding, because I've sold things for, like guitars for $20,000, $30,000 on eBay. I start off with a zero auction. Yep, no reserve, zero auction. And people look at me and go, are you insane? And no, I'm not. Why do I do it? Because A, the thing will definitely sell, and I didn't want the thing that I was selling, so I may as well get rid of it, so why not start with a zero auction? I see so many people put reserve price, effectively a couple $100 less than what they want, and often their stuff doesn't sell. Duh. But having said that, I do that. 2, I've done my market research. I know that there is a market. I know these things are selling. I know there's interest in the thing that I'm selling. And 3, I am relying on the madness of crowds, because what happens is that auction gets early bids, early traffic, early watches, because they go, hang on a second, this guy's selling a custom shop Stratocaster, don't worry what that is, and he's doing it at zero reserve, what's going on? And they watch the site, and as soon as they've got that site on the watch item, then eBay sends them props, emails, all through the auction process to remind them that this item's a day to go, a few hours to go, don't miss out, to encourage bids. eBay does the marketing for you. And by getting lots of people watching the item, you generate this, you get social proof, because people go, oh gee, look how many people are watching the item. You get lots of bids. Wow, look at all these people bidding. Even though you might get 20 or 30 bids in that, bidding it up from $1 to $1,000, say. But it's great. It's the perception that there's something happening. We all know Robert Cialdini influence, right? People love crowds. What are the popular nightclubs? The nightclubs with the big lines out the front. How many times, and I'm not a big nightclub person, but how many times have you lined outside of a nightclub and you finally get in and there's hardly anybody in there anyway? It's because they want to create this social proof through the crowds and the scarcity factor by lines and all those sorts of things. If you can, and I've been doing a lot of testing in this recently, because often I would just do 3-day auctions, because I figured if people know the market and people, do it enough, then if they want the object, then they're going to know or not know in the 3 days. However, in the last little while, I've noticed that I've been increasing my auctions to 7 days, and it's definitely because I just thought there would be no action, if you like, inside the 7 days. And I was wrong. Basically, you're getting more traffic, which is more watches, and I definitely have seen now in my 7-day auctions, I think I would have gotten a higher price in the 7-day auctions than I would. And maybe that might even, if I did 10-day or 30-day auction, I'm not interested in the 30-day auction for the stuff that I'm selling. Other people might be. If it's particularly valuable, you should go for a 30-day auction. I should go for a 30-day auction. I don't. I'm lazy. But that's the other thing, the other piece of advice. But look, if you're getting rid of stuff that is just hanging around, it's just useless, there'll be a buyer out there for it. And if you do it a zero reserve auction, you're going to clear it out, and the market will determine what it's worth for you. You don't even have to worry about it. What I would say, another really cool trick that I use is I use video. Hello. I use video in my, so I either video the guitars myself and do a description, because a picture paints 1,000 words. Well, a video probably paints 10,000 words. It's fantastic to be able to take people through, and you can sell them the item. So you can show how this, custom shop Stratocaster is in perfect condition. Look at this neck. Look at these frets. No sign of wear. Look, the guitar is in mint condition. Have a look at this bridge. It's perfectly set. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. And on and on and on you go. You can do videos. The other cool trick for a lot of products is often people will put a YouTube video up of them using a particular product. You may be shocked to understand this, but I pretty much suck as a guitar player. In fact, we're going to talk about that in my next video to you guys. I suck as a guitar player, but there are plenty of people on YouTube who do not suck. And what I do in my particular field is I go and just search on my guitar in YouTube, and inevitably there is some dude who is an absolute whiz playing my guitar. Not the exact guitar, but that model of guitar. This is a brilliant strategy, and you can use that strategy over so many different disciplines and niches. So have a look for it. There might be a review, there might be, who knows. Particularly if you're selling electronics, you're sweet, you are set, because it's just everything is on YouTube. And of course you can embed that video in your listing, which is really cool. I use a program to run all my eBay auctions called Garage Sale, is what it's called, Garage Sale, on the Macintosh. Love it. Works very nicely. And what it allows me to do, particularly, is because I sell guitars, it allows me to keep the standard template, which I've sort of worked out, which has all the basics of the stuff that I need to do, so I'm not constantly typing out terms and conditions and all those sorts of things. What else can I tell you about eBay, just briefly? I think we'll keep this video just on eBay because it's going a little bit, but... Oh, terms and conditions. Be very wary of people who have not had less than 10 bids, and feel free. Here's my experience. If somebody's had less than 10 bids, and I put in every one of my auctions, if you've had less than 10 bids, please contact me before you bid. And let's put it this way, every time I have done that and the person has contacted me, I have had absolutely zero problems. Zero. None. I've never had a bad auction when that's happened. Somebody not paying or everything. And they've been the winning bidder, even if they've had 0 or 1 bids. Just by the fact of them contacting them, get their telephone number, a few contact details. I don't even actually call them. I just know by them checking that out. You can do a quick Google search just to confirm. I've never had a problem. The only 2 times I've had a problem, and they happened both at the same time, just before Christmas a couple of years ago, were when I had people with 0 bids who hadn't contacted me win the auction. And of course they turned out to be scams. So yeah, I didn't get scammed because I never send the equipment until I'm paid. That's just another thing that you should do, and you just make it clear in your auction. I insist on 24-hour settlement. If you don't settle within 24 hours, then don't bid. And so I'm just try to be firm but fair. And here's the thing: if you put all this up front, you're never going to have any problems. If you try to do it after the fact, that's where you have big problems. So just be careful and be wary there. The other thing, of course, I loved, because I avoided eBay and selling stuff like the plague, because I just hated the fact that I would have to pack this stuff, and again, you may be surprised that I pretty much suck when it comes to packing stuff. But of course there are these amazing businesses now. I am literally going here in Footscray to pack and send. And I'm sure there's the equivalents in the UK, Europe, Asia, everywhere now basically. And they're these little shops that are sprung up which basically, well, funnily enough, this one packs and sends. So have fun with that and let me know what you think. And it's just a great way of getting some quick extra cash. And most people have stuff lying around, an old computer, and I think, as I say, to sum up, the things that they get wrong are they don't do it at no reserve, and you think about it, you've already sunk your cost, right? Getting any money for it is going to be better than getting no money, and because you've got places like Pack and Send, it's going to cost you, they'll wrap it for you if you want, they'll do all that stuff for you, maybe actually practical, and you can do that stuff yourself and save yourself even more money. So there you have it, eBay, and check it out. I think it's a really, really cool thing to do. Alright, we'll see you soon.